is the tariff war that is brewing between the United States and China. Beijing has now announced an additional tariff measured on US goods. China is going to be raising these additional tariffs from 84 to 125%. Remember, a 90-day pause has come into effect for all other countries except China from the United States. That reprieve came to the fore from the United States, an announcement made by President Donald Trump where he made it clear that because China is in retaliatory mode, there will be no reprieve for them. But Beijing is not going to be backing down. China has now imposed additional tariffs on the United States as that tariff war only escalates from here on. Siddhant, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details on this. Siddhant, what is the latest that you can tell us?
Well, indeed, Poonam, China is in a combative mode. In fact, from day one, China is perhaps the one country which has still not honored the tariff which US has imposed on China. In fact, China has been mostly affected because of tariff from day one. The tariff on China was imposed by Donald Trump, and with each passing month, this tariff is getting increased. Now, in retaliation, China has also raised tariff on goods coming from United States to 124%. Perhaps, as we were reporting before, also Poonam, this is perhaps, in fact, many experts are also saying that this could be a start of Cold War 2.0 between US and China, because when Donald Trump came to power, it was perceived that this tariff is going to be imposed on every country, and this is going to be the larger policy for every nation across the world. But since he has paused the tariff on 75 countries which have agreed to come on the tables for negotiations, doing BTA with America, China perhaps is the only player in the world which stands isolated in these times, because on rest of the countries, Donald Trump has paused the tariff for 90 days, but the tariff still continues on China. So it's a very clear message which Trump wants to send out to Chinese and also to the world, that this tariff war was perhaps for China and is for China, and unless China agrees for a negotiations or perhaps changes its policies, the tariff is not going to go down. And perhaps it's helping Donald Trump also to solidify his position, for his supporter base in United States, because, in the run-up to the elections also, he has spoken many times about how China has been misusing the tariffs, etc., etc. So now he has, all guns out against China, and China is also in a combative mode, and perhaps they are also raising the tariff against the United States. It's going to be a catastrophe for markets, Poonam, but right now it looks like that there is no, signaling from either of the sides for a negotiation.
Absolutely, there's no backing down from either sides, and the US markets, in fact, will be opening in about 2 to 3 hours' time. We'll have to see how they react to this additional tariff that's been imposed from Beijing. But at the moment, thank you so much, Siddhant, for getting us the latest.
The last hour. Anything can happen between the bells. But what happens during the last hour is what matters the most. The biggest market swings. A close-up look at what's driving them and how the investors are reacting. Watch the most seasoned market mavens guide you through the most important hour of the trading day. NSE Closing Bell. At these times, only on CNBC TV 18 and CNBCTV18.com.
For more news and updates, all you need to do is follow CNBC TV 18 on all of our digital platforms.